Good morning, student. Let's start today's class. Okay. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the voltage and power amplifier. Okay. What do you mean by voltage amplifier? The name suggests that it amplifies only voltage. Okay. So the voltage amplifier is a circuit or a device which amplifies the voltage. In input we give small voltage signal, and in output we get high voltage signal. That is called voltage amplifier. Similarly, in power amplifier, the name suggests that the power of the signal is amplified in this or in that device. Okay, so that is so that it is called power amplifier. Okay, now you see, the voltage amplifier, the prime function of the voltage amplifier is to raise the voltage level. Okay, that is the amplifier used in pre-amplifying stage of the receiver. Okay, are voltage amplifier. Okay, so uh, the you know, if we amplify one signal, let's say 5 volt. Okay, we use an amplifier. Okay, any amplifier. Okay, so after amplifier, okay, after amplifier we get 10 volt, but we want 100 volt from 5 volt. So we, this is the stage 1. Okay, this is the stage 1. Okay, so we use so many stages like this amplifier stage. That means one amplifier, again that output is going to another amplifier, again that output is going to another amplifier. So many stages of amplifier are there to get 5 volt to get 100 volt from 5 volt. Okay, so these stages of amplifier, the pre-amplifier stages is also there. Okay, that means the amplifying the pre-amplifier stages means the signal given to the amplifier, or the before the signal given to the amplifier stage. Okay, that is called pre-amplifier stage, and that pre-amplifier stage is also a voltage amplifier. Okay, then to obtain a large power, okay, in the power amplifier, to obtain a large power at the output of the power amplifier, its input stage voltage must be larger. Okay, so power, power is directly proportional to V. Okay, because P is equal to Vi. Okay, or so if power will increase, then voltage also will be increased. Okay, so if we want to get large power at the output, the power amplifier, at the output of the power amplifier, the input signal voltage must be larger. Okay, that is why in an electronic system, a voltage amplifier invariably come first the power amplifier. Okay, so for power amplifier, the first stage will be voltage amplifier, or first stage should be voltage amplifier. Okay, now let's see the classification of amplifier. Okay, the amplifier may be classified as, there are so many bases, or we can classify the amplifier. First basis is that according to the frequency. Okay, the classification here, the classification is according to the frequency, and in the according to the frequency, based on the frequency range of operation. Okay, the amplifier may be classified as audio frequency amplifier, radio frequency amplifier, video frequency amplifier. Okay, there are three type of amplifier according to the frequency range, uh, in the frequency range at which the amplifier work. Okay, so what is audio frequency amplifier? A amplifier that are used for amplifying frequency in audio range. Okay, that is audio range is called 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, or 20000 hertz. Okay, that is 20 kilohertz. Okay, remember the audio frequency range is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz are called audio frequency. That means the which amplifier is operated in the frequency range of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, that is called audio frequency range, because this 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz range is called audio frequency, okay, audio range. Okay, then the radio frequency amplifier, the amplifier and that audio frequency amplifier is used at a record player, okay, tape recorder and stereo system. Okay, this amplifier used in this devices. Okay, then the radio frequency amplifier, the amplifier that amplify the signal, okay, of frequency of the order of a few megahertz. Okay, due to this is called radio frequency. Radio frequency is a high frequency signal. Okay, so that frequency range between few megahertz is called a radio frequency amplifier. Okay, so the amplifier which worked in the range of the frequency like in or range of the frequency of the order of few megahertz, okay, it's called audio frequency, sorry, radio frequency amplifier, because that few megahertz range frequency range is called radio frequency range. Okay, now such amplifier are used in radio sets. Okay, such amplifier, this radio frequency amplifier are used in the radio sets. Okay, now the third one is video frequency amplifier. Okay, the amplifier that are used to amplify a wide band of frequency in the range of a few cycle per second, okay, to a few megacycle per second are called video frequency amplifier. This video frequency amplifier range is very wide, okay, because the video frequency range is starting from few cycle per second, that means the few hertz, this cycle per second means few hertz, to few megacycle per second means few megahertz. Okay, that cycle per second means 1 by uh, f frequency equal to 1 by t, and this this is the cycle time. Okay, so this is the time. Okay, so 1 by per second, that means let's say 2 cycle per second, that means 2 by t. Okay, so 2, this t is 1 second. Okay, so 2 per second, that is called 2 cycle per second. See, so here the cycle per second is hertz, okay, or frequency. So this video frequency range, signal range, is between some hertz to some megahertz. Okay, so in that range which amplifier is used, that is called video frequency amplifier. Okay, and it is used in the TV circuit. Video is coming in TV. Okay, so in TV circuit the video frequency amplifier is used. Okay, now classification according to the input on according or on the basis of the input given to the amplifier. It's there are two types of classification: small signal amplifier and large signal amplifier. In small signal amplifier, the input signal should small, okay, small signal. Okay, and in the large signal amplifier, the input of the amplifier should be large signal. Okay, now the classification of amplifier according to the operating point. Okay, according to the operating point, the amplifiers classified. Okay, also classified. So the amplifier action can be utilized in electronic circuit in a number of ways. Okay, depending upon the result desired. Okay, the classification of amplifier primarily depend on the fraction of input cycle, okay, during which plate current is expected to follow under rate full load condition. The fraction of input cycle, let it this. Okay, now what is operating point. Okay, let us discuss about operating point. Operating point or Q point. Okay, the operating point is a specific point on the transistor output characteristic at which we get good biasing for the transistor. Okay, that means good biasing means getting the high efficiency from the transistor, or getting the amplification efficiency is more. Okay, so the operating point is a point which we can obtain from the value of collector current IC and the collector voltage VCB at the at on the input signal is applied to the transistor. Okay, Now it is called the operating point because the variation of IC and VCE takes place at the point when an input signal is applied. That means the operating point of an ideal transistor is one point, but after applying input to the transistor, that operating point changes, okay, according to the IC and VCC, okay. So that is called operating point. That means in that point the transistor operate, and you remember that that operating point always situated on the active region, okay. Active region means when the region at which the transistor is actively or worked, okay, not ideally rest, okay. So that active region, the operating point is always situated, okay. Now the operating point is also a Q point or quotient point. Quotient means silent point because it is the point of the output characteristic when the transistor is silent, okay. So, that is the absence of the signal, okay. For operating point we have to find the load line, okay. Load line means, you know, uh, in previous classes we have studied about the characteristic of transistor. Let's consider the output characteristic of the transistor, okay. Do you remember that is the output characteristic of common base or common common emitter configuration, okay. So here the output characteristic here, you know, this is IC y axis and VCE is x-axis, okay. So the line connecting to the saturation of IC and the saturation of BC. Saturation means maximum of IC and maximum of BC called a load line, okay. And that load line intersect the output characteristic at which point, that point is called operating point. Let's say this is called operating point when BCE is something, okay, and that is also called operating point. That is also, and this region, okay, this region is called active region, okay. This region is called active region, okay. Now let's uh, now you get some idea about Q point, and on the basis of that Q point, okay, on the variation of that Q point, that means on the that Q point on the basis of the amplifier, on the basis of the Q point position, the amplifier is classified into these four types, okay. Class A amplifier, class B amplifier, class AB amplifier, and class C amplifier, okay. Now class amplifier, there are either voltage or power amplifier. That class A amplifier either voltage amplifier or power amplifier, okay, and are used as a amplifier speech signal, amplify speech signal from microphone it sets, okay. That power class A amplifier is used for speech amplifying of speech signal from microphone, okay. Now the class B amplifier, these amplifier produce a large power output and are used as a broadcasting station, okay. Because of that class B is a power amplifier, okay. Class B used as a power amplifier so that it produce a large power output, okay, and are used as a broadcasting station, okay, used at a broadcasting station, okay. Now class AB amplifier, okay, this type of amplifier is used in the loudspeaker stage of many good radio station, okay. This class AB amplifier is used as a loudspeaker stage, okay. Now class C amplifier is useful for radio frequency power amplification, okay. You know, now let us see the classification of amplifier according to the coupling, okay. Coupling means connection between stages of amplifier, okay. Coupling means that one first stage, okay, of an amplifier, then second stage of amplifier, and third stage of and many more stages to connect or by uh, through which that these stages are connected, okay, each other is called coupling, okay. This connection is called coupling, okay. Then according to this or based on the coupling, okay, the amplifier is generally a number of stages are used, okay. These stages are cascaded by either direct coupling or by using some circuit. Okay, depending on the type of coupling input you need, the amplifier is classified as a direct coupling amplifier, RC coupled amplifier, transformer coupled amplifier, LC coupled amplifier. Okay, now in the next coming classes we have seen in next classes we are going to discuss about uh, type of or a type of amplifiers. Okay, that's all. Thank you.